the minute it was revealed, Project Q was met with a barrage of criticism. Some YouTubers called it pointless. However, I think there's more to it than Sony's letting on. The Nintendo Switch has had huge success, and the Steam Deck has enabled a new market for PC gaming. So naturally, when there's discussion of handhelds, people wondered if there was going to be a new PlayStation Portable device. And then last month in April, Insider Gaming broke the news that PlayStation was indeed working on a new handheld console. And so everybody seemed to get quite energized by this, excited by this, because it meant a new PlayStation console coming into the market. But then shortly after, Insider Gaming revealed that it wasn't exactly what he first said. It was in fact going to be a peripheral for the PS5 that enabled remote play from this unique device specific for remote play. PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan, he revealed it in the showcase, and there was disappointment that it's not in fact a unique Vita Mark II. So let's have a look at the specs. The Project Q is a device for playing games installed on your PS5 and streamed over Wi-Fi. It has an 8-inch HD screen. OLED isn't mentioned. It will run at 1080p, 60 FPS, and it looks like a DualSense controller split in half on the left and the right side that will have the adaptive triggers and haptic feedback that you get in the DualSense. So Project Q is a device specifically for remote play. So in case you don't know, I'm sure you do, but in case you don't know what remote play is it allows you to use a device such as a tablet or a smartphone to connect to your PS5 so that you can then stream your games from your PS5 to your device. It then means that you can play your PS5 games in a different room, and it gives you effectively a portable PS5 as long as you're close to your Wi-Fi connection. So remote play is available to anybody who's got a modern enough smartphone or tablet. Now, the audience reaction to the video has not been positive. The actual release of the video, specifically with the segment about the Project Q, has not been well received. It has got a 27k upvotes and 34k downvotes, so that's a little bit more than 55%. And also in the YouTube community, some of the usual faces have come out to decry it. So you've got Review Tech USA, who runs a gaming drama channel. If you look at his content, it's normally getting into spats with other people. He said, "This is the most useless device ever." And self-confessed Sony hater, "Hey guys, I'm Austin Evans."
The amount of just missed opportunity here boggles my mind. And I'm not just saying this as a Sony hater.
He said that PlayStation has dropped the ball. Whilst some of the feedback about it on YouTube has been a bit hyperbolic, there is an essential theme running through their arguments, and that is that the device is pointless. And perhaps that's a fair criticism, because if you look at it closely, the question is, why does this device exist when you can already use remote play on any sort of tablet or smartphone that you have? So why did Sony make it? Well, sure, I think the executives there, they would have been looking at what Nintendo is doing and what Valve is doing with offering these portable experiences, and it considered what can it do in this market. And it probably discounted the idea of producing a new handheld PlayStation, because it would probably have to be of a lower spec than the PS5, and then that would mean creating effectively a separate platform. And what Nintendo has done, it's managed to make a portable device and a home device and keep them unified as a single platform. So the benefit of a handheld is that you can play your games in a different position from in front of the TV. It's good if you want that comfort, if you're sitting on your bed and you just want to feel relaxed and you want to be away from the TV or the family or whoever. And so I think that's the angle PlayStation most likely approached this issue. So if you're a consumer and you pick up a Project Q, what are you going to get for your money? You're going to get a portable remote play device, an all-in-one device, so that you're not having to fiddle around with connections. It's going to be, you're not going to have to connect a separate controller and connect them up with Bluetooth. It's all there. It's all going to be ready. So there's that ease of use. Makes it much simpler. But what I would also think is that Sony's probably worked on reducing the latency so that the experience is much more fluid when you are playing, so that there is quicker reactions from your button presses to what you see on screen. And in fact, Sony has actually, in a press release, made a comment about that. The device delivers crisp visuals and smooth gameplay streamed from your PS5 when you're away from your TV. So the crisp visuals denotes that there's not going to be blockiness, hopefully, and that you're going to get that quicker reaction time. So if this device can do that, that's going to make that remote play experience that much better. What is interesting is if this device reveals something about Sony's cloud aspirations for PlayStation. So a couple of weeks ago in an open business call Sony had, CEO Jim Ryan, he said words to the effect that Sony is going to become aggressive with its cloud plans and that it's going to reveal those plans later in the year. So what could those plans be? Currently, the Xbox Game Pass subscription service, it offers a cloud service, and the idea is that you get almost all the games on the subscription package available to you on any device that you choose. PlayStation will be looking at how it can increase the availability of its service like it first had when it launched, which means making PlayStation Plus available on multiple devices for people who don't have a PlayStation. I would think that's the end goal. And so what this would mean for the Project Q is that when it launches, it would actually offer a full PlayStation experience for the casual gamer who doesn't want to pay the expense of a full PlayStation. And yet it would allow them to play PlayStation games, PlayStation 5 games specifically. And if you look at what Xbox is doing, recently at the GDC conference, it had a display where it displayed all the Xbox console models, starting from the original Xbox console up to the Xbox Series X. Now, next to the Xbox Series X was a space and a question mark. And what this implied was that a new model is coming soon. Of course, this could mean an Xbox Series X Plus, a Pro model, but more than likely it could also be the long-rumored Xbox streaming device. Now, the angle we've been anticipating is that it would be a streaming device like a Amazon Fire Stick that plugs into the TV. What we can anticipate is that Sony's plans for cloud gaming, its aggressive plans, is to increase the availability of PlayStation Plus so that it's available to anybody who wants to use it on pretty much any device. And that's going to be good, of course, but then what would then make it more accessible to people who don't have a PlayStation console is to have an easy device, which is not a full console like the PS5, but a device that's got a controller and a screen all built into one. And that's where the PlayStation Q comes in. If you can imagine, there may be casual gamers who do want to get on the PS5 train, but don't want to pay the full price of a console. And so a PlayStation Q, a portable device that's got a controller, that's got a screen, and perhaps some included subscription packages as well for a limited period of time, that would be an attractive package. And for me, I definitely enjoy playing my PS5, but I don't always just want to get up and make it a sort of formal experience where you have to sit down in front of the TV. I would like the more comfortable experience of just being able to sit casually on my bed or perhaps remotely. I'm not saying that it will outsell the Switch or that it will change the world. I'm just saying that I want it. You tell me, is that so wrong?